anyway, but in my case, it's true. You may have guessed what's coming next. I'm writing to ask you to represent me as my solicitor advocate at my trial. I realise that this is unconventional, and not how defendants are supposed to approach advocates. I accidentally called you a barrister in an earlier draft of this letter. I know nothing about the law, and even less about the Scottish system. Everything I do know I have picked up from the women I'm in prison with, including your name. I have a solicitor already, Mr. Gates, and from what I understand, he is the person who should be appointing an advocate for the actual trial, but he is also the person who landed me here in the first place. I didn't choose him. The police picked him for me when I began to get scared and finally had the sense to shut up and refuse to answer questions until they found me a lawyer. I thought that he would straighten everything out, help me to make my case. But when he arrived, I don't know, I can't explain it. He just made everything worse. He didn't let me speak. Everything I tried to say he was cutting in with. My client has no comment at this time, and it just made me look so much more guilty. I feel like if only I could have explained properly, it would never have got this far. But somehow the facts kept twisting in my mouth, and the police, they made everything sound so bad, so incriminating. It's not that Mr. Gates hasn't heard my side of the story, exactly. He has, of course, but somehow... Oh, God, this is so hard to explain in writing. He sat down and talked to me, but he doesn't listen. Or if he does, he doesn't believe me. Every time I try to tell him what happened, starting from the beginning, he cuts in with these questions that muddle me up, and my story gets all tangled, and I want to scream at him to just shut the fuck up. And he keeps talking to me about what I said in the transcripts from that awful first night at the police station when they grilled me, and I said... God, I don't know what I said. I'm sorry, I'm crying now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for the stains on the paper. I hope you can read my writing through the blotches. What I said then, there's no undoing that. I know that. They have all that on tape. And it's bad. It's really bad. But it came out wrong. I feel like if only I could be given a chance to get my case across to someone who would really listen. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, God, maybe you don't. You've never been here after all. You've never sat across a desk feeling so exhausted you want to drop and so scared you want to vomit, with the police asking and asking and asking until you don't know what you're saying anymore. I guess it comes down to this in the end. I am the nanny in the Ellencourt case, Mr. Wrexham. And I didn't kill that child. I started writing to you last night, Mr. Wrexham, and when I woke up this morning and looked at the crumpled pages covered with my pleading scrawl, my first instinct was to rip them up and start again, just like I had a dozen times before. I had meant to be so cool, so calm and collected. I had meant to set everything out so clearly and make you see. And instead, I ended up crying onto the page in a mess of recrimination. But then I reread what I'd written and I thought, no, I can't start again. I just have to keep going. All this time, I have been telling myself that if only someone would let me clear my head and get my side of the story straight without interrupting, maybe this whole awful mess would get sorted out. And here I am. This is my chance, right? 140 days they can hold you in Scotland.